Hey everybody, welcome back to Road Country. Today we're making a Dollar Tree DIY cutting board farmhouse beaded tray. And it all started when this showed up on one of my feeds in Instagram and it was, ouch, $57. I don't think so. Then I saw these farmhouse trays, but they're $40 and $48 and they're oval, not quite what I was looking for. This is a tray that showed up from Horchow of all places. It's actually giving me vibes for a different DIY coming up sometime soon, but it was $29. Guys, we can do way better than that. And so I ran to the Dollar Tree and I picked up one of these bamboo cutting boards. Now, if you want to do this 100% Dollar Tree, pick up their wood beads too, and that would be super cute. Except I wanted my tray to be a little more chunky monkey, and you'll see why. But you can get those beads at Hobby Lobby. Also, these candle cups came from Hobby Lobby. Super cheap, guys, with the coupons. I'm going to use the matte chalk white Waverly chalk paint, and this is how I'm going to lay out the beads, except these are sitting up with the holes showing. We're actually going to turn them on their side like shown here, and we're going to use it in that manner around the board. Now again, those candle cups, those are going to be the chunky feet for this tray. I'm choosing which way to put these, and in the end I decide that I really like the little fluted detail to be on the, I guess, the bottom or the base. So they're going to be glued in that manner. So you're also going to need some sandpaper because we're working with wood here and we're going to be working with wood glue. So you definitely want to have some sandpaper to make sure that these wooden pieces adhere to this bamboo cutting board really, really well with the wood glue. And I'm sorry, it looks like I didn't show a picture of that, but you'll see it coming up here soon. So what we want to do is we want to just take some sandpaper. I have 100 grit. That's what I have on hand. You use what you have. And what we're going to do is just sand in the areas where we will be gluing the other wooden pieces to this board. I was choosing here that I want this to be the upside where all of those beads are going to go. And I'm just going to sand around the board in this manner, just in this area. That's all we need, just to scratch the surface and make sure that we have good wood to wood adherence with that wood glue that we'll be using. We'll wipe that off and then we'll turn it over, and we'll also use the sandpaper on the back in the corners because that's where those feet will be attached. So again, take that sandpaper and rough up those corners so that you scratch the surface, and you're going to give something really good adherence there when the feet are attached with that wood glue. Now, we're also going to be sanding the bottoms of these little wood, they're called candle cups. I think they were $3.99, but you can use a 50% off coupon. You get 5 in the package, so that's a pretty good deal. I'll have the math for this entire farmhouse beaded tray in the description box below, but let me tell you guys, we're under $10 for this. And if you're looking for a last minute gift, this took 3 hours in total for me to complete. So you could go out to Dollar Tree this weekend, get the supplies you need, and you could have a nice little gift for somebody if you're looking for something last minute to give. So like I said, we just took some sandpaper and we went ahead and, roughed up the bottoms of those little candle cups there. And I'm showing you here, we don't want to glue this so that it's overlapping. We want to keep it inside of the lines, basically. So we'll add some wood glue to the bottoms of these, and then we'll go ahead and attach them in the corner. Once we get all 4 down, all we're going to need to do is turn it back up onto the right side and allow gravity to adhere these feet to this tray in a really good manner. This wood glue from the Dollar Tree is amazing, guys. It's $1. You use just a little bit, and it's paintable, stainable, and it's a really great deal. So go ahead and put these in each 4 corners, flip it over, and let gravity do its job. Let it sit for about 2 hours in total before you start to handle it and do any painting on it. Now, while gravity is doing its thing, you can go ahead and start working on the beads for the top. Again, I told you guys it took 3 hours tops to do this, and that's because I just kept the process going. So again, we don't want to put these beads with the hole facing, and what we want to do is glue it so that the rounded part of the bead is showing. Now, these do not line up perfectly, I have to tell you. I started out with 32, which meant I needed just 2 little bags of these beads. However, I ended up using 36 in total, so 3 bags. They're about $1.50 each. But again, Hobby Lobby and their coupons, guys, seriously, for the quality of these beads, I thought it was a great deal. But you do what you can afford to do. They come out cute either way, I promise. But I do have to tell you that the holes will show on the corners. That's okay. We'll go ahead and paint the inside of them, and I think it gives more character to these farmhouse trays anyway. So what I did was I took my little sanding block and I put it on the side, and I just roughed up the bottom of the bead where I will be gluing it to the tray. I just roughed it up a little bit and then added some glue, and then I started there in the corner as you see, and I'll bring a bead to the right, and then I'll bring one to the left, and then I'll bring one to the right, and just kind of keep going in that fashion until you come all the way around. But having that little sanding block next to the piece that I was working on really made everything flow really smoothly for me. So again, I used 2 bags, and then I got into the 3rd bag to finish off, and that's how these look. You can see again, the corner ones, the hole shows, and that's okay. It really is, and it is kind of at an angle the way that it sits on the corner. But guys, I mean, this is such an easy project, and the end result is absolutely amazing. So what I did at this point was I turned it over, and I just let gravity do its thing again too. So you can go ahead and place this upside down and just kind of let the board adhere to the beads in that manner if you feel like you need to. So we're going to start on the bottom here, and I've let everything dry and cure for a couple hours. And now we're going to take this Waverly white chalk paint, and we're going to give this a really good coat of paint, top and bottom. And we're going to just, make sure that the wood is covered really well. Now, if you're going to give this as a gift, and these your recipient wants to use this for, food or to put out cookies or things like that, definitely tell them, hey, put down some tin foil or some parchment paper in between. You don't want to put food on top of chalk paint like this. But how I'm using this is actually as a candle stand, but this would also be great in the kitchen next to the sink with your sponge and maybe your Dawn dish detergent or whatever dish detergent, Mrs. Meyer's, whatever you use. This would be really cute in that area too, in the kitchen. But I'm using it as a candle stand, as you'll see here as as the video ends. And I just really, like, if somebody would have handed this to me at Christmas time, on my birthday, or just because, I would have just loved this. And so I really feel like if you want to do this and give this as a gift, your recipient, if they are a farmhouse person, farmhouse country, they are absolutely going to love this. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch as everything gets painted up in this beautiful white country, Waverly white chalk paint that we're all using these days in our farmhouse decor. So as I was painting this, I realized that this little dauber brush that I also picked up at the Dollar Tree really helped to paint the wooden beads. Just because it was round, it kind of got down into the crevices there and gave a good coating of this versus the regular sponge brush that I was using. I also did bring in just an older regular acrylic type paintbrush to get down in the crevices down at the bottom where the actual beads meet the board. And you'll see, I'm going to try to give you a really good close-up here on how I just sort of push the paint underneath without disturbing the beads really. But the combination of the sponge brush and then that little dauber brush and then finally this acrylic paintbrush got the good coating that I needed. And overall, I only did, I would call it 1.5 coats of paint. The beads, you know, everything is sort of going to be roughed up here as the paint dries, but I did about 1.5 coats. The middle of this tray got more paint than the beads got, but in the end, the result is perfect Country Farmhouse, and it is just so pretty. So I did let the paint almost completely dry, and then I took my sanding block again with my 100 grit sandpaper, and I just started to distress wherever I wanted to on this. There was no rhyme or reason. You just sort of take it over the beads and also those little feet and around the edges just to give it a little bit of a worn look. That's the special thing about this Country Farmhouse look, is that it's not perfect. If anything, it's perfect imperfection. And that's what really makes these types of projects so perfect for me, because I am completely imperfect when it comes to a lot of things. So I really enjoy this sort of decor. And hey, if you're enjoying this decor too and the tutorial, why don't you go ahead and give me a thumbs up? Maybe put in the comments down below and let me know what you think of this project. Also, if you are new here, welcome. Go ahead and consider hitting subscribe and become a member of the Row Country family here on YouTube. And of course, hey to all my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for checking in and checking out my video today. I super appreciate your support. I can't even tell you. We're going to go ahead and also distress just the middle of this tray, just to sort of finish it off. And we'll go ahead and wipe everything down when we're done, because like I said, perfect imperfection is what we're looking for here. And I think we completely achieved it with the chalkboard, or chalk paint, sorry, not chalkboard, the white Waverly chalk paint and the distressing with the 100 grit sandpaper worked really well. And guys, here it is. This is the end result coming up right here on my buffet. This is sort of my Christmas decor. I'm burning my favorite Bath & Body Works winter 3-wick candle, which I love, and that cute little sign came from my daughter. She gave it to me for Christmas, and I just absolutely love it. It is perfect for my decor. And so you guys, this was my Dollar Tree DIY cutting board Farmhouse beaded tray. Listen, go ahead and hit subscribe, and while you're here, go ahead and watch another video. Thanks everybody. Until next time, bye.